You're at the trade show booth, ton of people are going to come through and go, what do? You want to make sure that you're not wasting time with the people that aren't even in the orbit, but you also want to make sure that you're locking in with those people that are a fit. The same statement is going to help in both of those situations. And that statement is, would it help if I gave you an idea of the kinds of things that we do? Would it help if I gave you an idea of the kinds of things that we do? Now what we're going to do is we're going to be able to avoid talking about your new technology that will be able to allow them to manage the manufacturing control, deliver that thing all over. And now you're going to talk globally about the insight, right? Something that a ton of architects are dealing with right now is the fact that they get projects started, but pricing changes too much, and I'm just going to make some stuff up here, right? This is where you got to fill in your stuff. Pricing changes too much, materials costs go up and down. By the time they get one iteration of the design approved, there is no way to get that thing into production, and then the next thing you know, it falls apart. We now have people literally paying the deposit for architectural firms walking away from that project because there's so much uncertainty in the market and they're not able to get it completed in a reasonable amount of time. Right? It seems cool that an architect's keeping the deposit. It's not, right? They're upside down on the deal and they're pulling their hair out. How are you guys dealing with that? Right? And now in that one statement, I've painted the box. I did it unskillfully because I'm just going with what you told me about your product. But in that one statement, I've put the frame around what we're doing and I'm able to say, how are you dealing with that? I didn't have to demo my software. I didn't have to show them that I can get all the components, check the quality, get this thing done, ship it all over the world. All now I have to do is say, would it help if I gave you an idea of the kinds of things that we do? Paint the picture of the problem and then say, how are you dealing with that? And then if they go, I'm not involved in that. I'm marketing, right? Now I can go, cool, makes perfect sense. I love marketing. Marketing is awesome. By the way, if you know of anybody on the architectural side, or you have anybody at your company or you know people at other companies that are just struggling because there's so much pressure on architects right now, send them our way. Like literally, we've got lightning in a bottle. Now what did I do? I disengaged with that person in marketing, but I also created a little disciple that's going to be like, Todd, you're an architect. You got to go see. And now I'm going to even brag about it because I want to seem like I'm cool. Right? Man, you know what? There's people that are starting projects right now and they're walking away from it because there's so much uncertainty, Todd, in the supply chain. How did you know that, Tommy? You're in charge of our Instagram. I know a lot of stuff. By the way, I've got a friend over there. His name's Jake. Go over there. And if they are somebody you're going to lock in and you say, how do you deal with that? They're going to go, it has been kind of a nightmare. I would say 100% of our business has been repeat business. Meaning these are people that they're on their second or third home with us. They know that we've got a track record of being able to perform. But for every one of those, there's another 10 jobs that I could do. But there's just so much doubt and uncertainty. And I really don't have a way of explaining to these prospects that if they go with me, I'm going to get this thing done and I'm going to see it through. And again, I don't know if that's in your wheelhouse.
Oh, that's great.
But that's how you do it. You started off by saying, would it help if I get, and by the way, all of us on this session, you're at a party and somebody says, what do you do? You're at the line, the DMV, and somebody says, what do you do? You're at a trade show, you're in your own booth and they say, what do you do? Your answer is always the same. Would it help if I gave you an idea of the kinds of things that we do? Because now that allows you to put the frame around it.
And then we launch into a ton of architects that are seeing blah, 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 basically seeing the problem that our solution would help them to fix. Great. Yeah. And that's those are the guys. So we got the SLA, the sales, we know what we're doing with that. Leads, putting them into our pipeline, and that's the raising the awareness part, right?
100%. And if it is a sale, it's all three. It's, by the way, what he's talking about when he says SLA, that's from Easton University Trade Show course, guys, course number 30. SLA, sales, leads, and awareness. Don't attend a trade show unless you've set a goal for all three of those numbers. How many sales am I going to get? How many leads am I going to walk away with? And what percentage of the population that is walking that is going to be aware of what we do? If you get a sale, they're aware of all of it. If it's a lead, they're aware of it too. But then also the big number the big category that helps you with is your awareness. Because now you can repeat that easy. I'd rather everybody walk away with a certain knowledge of the problem and a kind of a general idea that you fix it versus the other way around. I have really high level of knowledge about Jake's company and solution. I even saw the demo. Not really sure about the problem that it fixes, right? That's somebody that's going to forget about it the next day. It like goes back to Sean's point with that device that he has that goes through small doorways and will hold a bunch of grass. I don't care about the device. If I leave that conversation knowing, wait a minute, people that install sprinkler systems are waiting for the heavy lifters to carry the sod over and they can't finish the job, that's a problem, right? I don't need to know about his solution. I don't need to know how the robot pool cleaner works to know that it's expensive to have a guy show up and do my pool by hand, right? How expensive? Real expensive. Yeah.
This is great. So I, would it help if I gave you an idea of the kinds of things that we do? I explain the problem, and then I say, how are you guys dealing with that? And they're like, we're not. We sell windows or whatever.
Perfect. Yeah, I will be here. Yep. If you know anybody in that situation, especially with you guys selling windows, right? Like, I have seen so many huge. By the way, on custom build homes, those are where your highest margins are. I'm happy to help your architects that are supplying with you with those big deals, whether they become a client of ours or not. Anything I can do as a, and I'll do it on behalf as a favor to you guys. They're literally fighting the good fight out there. Anything I can do to make them more skillful and more effective in their job, that's how you guys are getting those huge contracts from. And I think this is a good window, Pella, I don't know, right? Somebody else might laugh at me and be like, the best windows are Porsche windows. I don't know. I don't think Porsche makes windows. If they did, I'm sure they're great. But this is where with a window person, you can be like, hey, those clients that are your most important clients, the ones that are doing the most expensive work, I just want to raise my hand. It's all I do is help them. And I'm happy to help them whether they be, let me give you my contact information. I am happy to help them, even if it's just to bounce an idea off of somebody. I literally live and breathe this stuff. Here's what I do know, okay? If I can help them, and sometimes it's not even, they don't even need my product. I can just point them in the right direction. They are going to close more deals and they're going to order more windows, right? Now the next thing you know, they're fist bumping you. They're like, hell yeah, dude, I like you. Can I buy you a beer later? Like, we'll look for you. You're the man. Right? Because, by the way, that is the truth. On a spec home, there's no margin in those windows. On a custom build home with a view of Park City, and I got a 15-foot, that one window just made that guy enough to put his kid through school for a week.
Feels like you're sitting in on my client meetings. All right, okay. Well, look, thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is really helpful. I appreciate it. Thank you for going over time with me.
Sure.
I took a bunch of scribble notes. So
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm here for you, whatever you need. Hey, if you like this video, I'm going to get you closing more deals. I'm going to give you my closing mini masterclass, normally $300. Click the link here or in my bio. I will pick up all the costs for you. It's on me. Click the link. Let's get you closing.